Hello everyone. Good evening. Sorry, not good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this video from. Alright, my name is Blessing Okibe and you are welcome to Time Out with Blessing. Alright? So Time Out with Blessing is a 15 should I say 15 because I always go beyond 15 minutes. But it's a live section I host on my Facebook profile every Tuesday. Okay, so before it used to be every Tuesday, every week, every Tuesday of the week, but right now I changed it to the second and the last Tuesday of every month. All right, so this is the last Tuesday of November, and yay, it is time out with lesson. Today we'll be talking about branding in 4 ways. No, branding in 4 steps. Okay, so I'm just going to go right ahead. If you can hear me, if everything is clear, please tell me in the comments. Thank you so much for joining in. If everything is clear, tell me in the comments so I don't end up speaking to myself. And also tell me your location, guys, please. I really appreciate that. Tell me your location. So right, going straight into the point, I'm sure you have had probably a lot of things about branding. Subject matters on branding is definitely inexhaustible, but I've been able to subsume, is that the right word to use? I've been able to categorize these subject matters into 4 simple categories. Okay, and that is what I will be talking about today. So guys, I'm just waiting for you. If you can hear, see if everything is clear, please tell me in the comments so I don't end up, okay, good. That's just the confirmation I need. So first, branding is number 1, about being the part. You see, I get a lot of people who think that branding is all about packaging. Like, if Blessing is telling you build a personal brand online, it's just package yourself. Well, in a way that counts, but that is not what branding is all about, because you see a lot of people online packaging themselves as experts, packaging in quotes themselves as expert, and when you go close to them you find that they're just empty barrels that make the loudest noise. One thing that social media has done, it has given everybody a platform to be whatever they want to be. So you can see someone who really knows nothing about a particular subject area, maybe just because he or she has gone to a class, learned 1 or 2 things, the person now calls himself finance coach, career coach, Facebook ads coach, every digital marketing expert, just because they've been to 1 or 2 classes, or just because they have head knowledge. Okay, so, and the thing is, you may not really know until you give them a real work to do, or until you go close to them. So you really must be careful. Branding is not all about packaging yourself. Branding is all about communicating what you have within you in such a way that it will plant a desirable and defined perception about you on people's head. So first, what are you communicating? Branding is what helps you communicate that thing. If you don't have anything to communicate, you're just going to be like someone who is really, really good on the outside, but when it comes when you come closer to the person, you find that the person really has nothing. So the first thing in branding is all about being the part. So being the part is, if you say that you want to be a digital marketing expert, are you really a digital marketing expert? See, I'm really buttressing on this because there are a lot of, like I said, social media gives anybody the platform to shine. So it is quite difficult to know the real from the fake. Somehow difficult, because you see everybody creating content, and yes, people say content makes you look like an expert, which is okay. Another thing, that content can make a quack in quote look like someone who is look like an expert. Okay, so you can just, if you say you're into branding, maybe let me use myself as an example. I call myself a branding expert, then I want to create content. I can simply Google anything and come and post for you on social media. Watch a lot of videos on branding, write down things about it, come and post for you on social media. But when you come to me, maybe for me to coach you, I won't be able to, because I do not have the practical knowledge. All I have is held knowledge. I might tell you I will be able to, but when you work with me for some time and you don't get the results that you want, you know that I am not really who I claim to be. So whatever you're projecting to people out there, if you say that you're an expert in this area, actually be the expert. That is the first step to branding. Okay, if you say you're a marital coach, whatever it is called, Be that part. Don't come and tell us what you're not. Okay, make sure you have the head knowledge and the practical experience of whatever venture you're into. Guys, please, I don't know if everything is okay, because I can't really see the comments. So I would love us to make these comments as engaging as possible. If I say anything, or if just help us with the points in the comments, because some people might have network issues. I might not be able to grab anything. So please, let's make this as engaging as possible. So I said the first one, which is being the part. Another one is the second step is when you're now when you are actually the part. When you are actually the part, the next thing is to act the part. So here is what I help people do. I help people who already have, number one, head knowledge and practical experience. I help them build a profitable brand online. Whenever someone comes to me and say, I want to brand myself around this, I ask the person, why do you want to brand yourself around this? Are you really knowledgeable about this? So if the person tells me, if I find that person is just, that person has no practical experience around that certain area, I won't work with that person, because I don't want to be in the business of promoting things that are not real, or promoting fake in quotes. So being the part is actually having that head knowledge and practical experience. Now acting the part is where the core branding comes into play. So you've said you are actually an expert in a particular field. You need to start acting like an expert. And if you're talking about online, you need to start acting like an expert online. So how do you act like an expert? Number one, you do that through your content, which also includes live videos, through building relationships, and every other thing involved. So that's where acting the part comes in place. All right. So first, remember, you must be the part. Then you now start acting the part. You act the part through helping people, solving people's problems based on your expertise. If you're a marital counselor, you coach people, you create content around it, you answer people's questions, you talk about their pain points, you are acting the part. Okay, so you are acting the part. Now the next one is to look the part. Very, very important. Remember, I said that branding is all about building perception on people's head. All right. Now the thing one mistake I see a lot of people do is to they're not really careful about their visuals. I talked about this in my Facebook community when I talked about building value, increasing value perception. I talked about looks. How do you look on social media? The thing is, people build a perception of you. People think of you based on the thing you put out there, and that includes your content, but a greater part of it is your pictures. Picture, whether you write a long text about it, just your picture alone conveys something. It makes people think of you in a certain way. I always use this example. Last time, just before I changed my profile picture, the previous profile picture I was using was a picture of me not looking very happy. I'm just trying to be nice when I say that. So it was a picture of me with a strict kind of face, and because of that, many people, when they communicate with me and they see I'm someone who is not actually straight in quotes, someone who can actually be friendly, they'll be like, when I saw your profile picture, I thought you were someone who was unapproachable, someone who can't do this, someone who can't even joke. But now I'm talking with you, I see I see that I was wrong. All right, so I see that I was wrong. So you see how that my picture frame the perception of me in people's head, even without me saying a thing. So what kind of pictures do you put out there? Whatever picture you put out there, not just picture, whatever graphics, anything visuals, it could be video, it could be pictures that you put out there, must portray you as whatever you say you are. It must be focused on heightening people's perception of you. Okay, so you need to look that part you said you are. You're teaching us how to make you're teaching us how to make a lot of money online. You need to look like someone who is really making a lot of money online. You're teaching us how to get big fish clients. You need to look like someone who is doing the same thing. All right, even bringing it down, maybe you give legal advice. Okay, give legal advice. Maybe you're a barrister. You need to look like a barrister. It does not necessarily need to be your profile picture. Okay, it could just be random pictures that you post, but when we see your picture most times or sometimes, let us have that perception. of you being a barrister in our head. So you need to look the part. You need to look the part. And even if you're not a barrister or anything, you just need to look good. Okay? People take their visuals for granted on social media, and it's very bad. Now, the last but not the least is to sound the part. Sound the part. Now, sounding the part doesn't just mean the way you talk. No, that's not it. I'm sounding okay, pretty much. I may be sounding confident. I may be sounding like I really know what I'm doing, which of course I really know what I'm doing, but it goes beyond that. Sounding the part goes beyond that. Do you know sometimes when I know someone in reality, and maybe I read and I know the way that person talks, and I come online, I read maybe a text, maybe I read something the person wrote. In my mind, I read that thing in the person's voice. I don't know if you understand. So, for example, now if normally I say nah men, okay, so it's a slang that a lot of people use, especially Igbos. If normally I say nah men, then when I come to social media and I write up something and I use that nah men, someone who knows me is probably going to read that nah men in the same way I say it, the same pronunciation, my intonation. So what I'm trying to say is this: your text have sounds, especially for people who have met you before. Even for people who have never met you, there's some people that say that when they read through my text, they can see the way I talk portrays confidence just by reading through my text. Okay, so this is all about sounding the part. In your written words, in your content, you need to sound the part. You tell us that you're an expert in a certain area. That means you're confident that you're an expert in a certain area. Your content should depict that. Your content should show that. So your content should show your expertise. So not maybe when making predictions or saying things, you're using words that are under probability. So there may, I'm not sure. Those words are okay, but it depends on the context. Okay, it depends on the context. Now, talking about sounding the part, now talking about when words come in play. When words come in play, you can now bring in your sounds. Okay, you might just need to go and sharpen your public speaking skills, especially if you do not know how to, if you're scared of speaking in public. Because trust me, when you are branding yourself online, when you're putting yourself out there, in a long time or shortest time possible, people will come to you to speak to their people. Okay, people will want to invite you to their platforms to speak on one thing or the other. So you might know a lot about something, but if you're not able to portray it, communicate it clearly to a large number of people in a way that still shows you as an expert, you have a lot of work to do. So you might need to go and start working on your public speaking skills, so that when you speak to a large number of people, you speak with confidence and you speak like someone who really knows what he or she is doing. If I tell you I'm an expert in something, maybe I'm an expert in I'm an expert in marketing, in sales and marketing, and I'm invited to do a presentation on sales and marketing to a corporate entity. And when I talk, maybe I stammer, I don't look straight to their faces, I don't show confidence. People, they won't really trust me. So I might have the practical knowledge, I might be the part, I might act the part, I might look the part, but when I don't sound the part, it affects every other thing I mentioned above. So you need to learn how to speak fluently in public, and it's something that is learnable. You can enroll for programs online and offline and start sharpening your public speaking skills. I'm buttressing on this because it has affected a lot of people. Okay, so when you're not able to speak to people in public confidently, they just assume somehow that you don't really know what you're doing, and that might be false. So you need to sound the part, both in your written content, your sound, your audio, your video, if you're one who makes videos online. All right, so I'm just going to go through all these things I said again. Number one, be the part. Make sure you're really who you say you are, not an empty vessel making the loudest noise. Number two, act the part. You say you're an expert in whatever area. Show us that you're an expert. Solve our problems. Coach us. Show your results. That is also acting the part. Show your results. Tell us what others are saying about you. All right. Another one, look the part. Your visuals, your pictures, your graphics, they all come in play for this. And last but not the least, sound the part. Okay, sound the part. Your written content, even your public speaking skills. So when you list all this, you find out that whatever you do as a brand, is going to fall under any of these things. So being the part, you might talk about clarity, you might talk about anything. Packaging comes into looking the part or sounding the part. Building brand expertise might come into acting the part. Okay, so these 4 things are the journeys when it comes to branding. That is what branding is basically about. You need to be the part, act the part, look the part, and sound the part. So guys, that's it for now. That's it for today's section. And I'm surprised at myself because I stuck to time. Sorry. I'm proud of myself because this is like 14 minutes on the dot. So thank you so much for being a part of this. If you have any question, please use the comments and ask your question. I will I'll answer them as soon as I see them. All right, and don't forget to share this video if you found it valuable. Don't forget to share the video. If you're watching the replay, go to the comments, #replay, tell me your location as well. So till I come your way next time, be good and have a lovely evening.